God, I freaking hate job interviews. Oh, hey, sorry, didn't see you there. Hi, welcome back to another video about where I commentate to you guys about the things that I hate the most in this world. Wait, did I say commentate? Sorry, what I meant to say was commentate and then get animated later. my bad, sorry. But seriously though, welcome back to another video, guys. It's nice to see you here, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. I would totally advise that you quickly hit that subscribe button before you even know a thing about me, because, well, it's not because, you know, my videos suck or anything, I was just saying. But allow me to trim the fat a bit as let's just get into the video. So, job interviews. Hey, we all love those, right? Right? We love job interviews, right? Okay, pause. Sorry. Yeah, hi. This is just, post-editing Jordan. Yeah, we forgot to tell you guys it'd be totally great if you could, like, leave a like on this video. Did we say subscribe? Did we mention subscribing? Anyways, sorry, I'll let you continue watching this video now. No, seriously, let's be honest here. Who really does like going to job interviews? They're tedious, they're time consuming, and let's be honest, this hard work is not really worth that really crappy job. Unless you're desperate for money and you need that money, it's just such a hassle. And don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people can get stuck in really hard places and just are desperate for any kind of job. Believe me, I have been there. I have been poor, I have suffered, and I have suffered long and hard with all the jobs that I have worked. But with that being said, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And, you know, you just gotta keep pressing on. I believe in you. If you're in this situation where you're desperate, you're working a really horrible job, there is hope, okay? Just believe. Just keep it going. Just hang in there. Sorry, got a little off topic. You get the point, though. Nobody likes job hunting, and job interviews suck. So first off, I obviously want to talk about the whole process of getting a job interview, like, you know, looking for a job, and then the job interview, I'll start talking about that a bit. So, where do I even begin? Well, how about we talk about the amount of time and work it takes just to get your resume out there, okay? So, I don't know about you guys, but, you know, I used to have my mom help me way back when, like, I'm 22, so when I was, like, 15, my mom used to help me with a resume. Because my mom just likes to help me out, okay? I was no lazy boy. I was no lazy little boy. I did things. It wasn't like my mom just did everything for me or anything. But the point was, she helped me out. And, you know, she helped me make a resume, and that was all fine and dandy, blah, blah, blah. But I had to send out resumes. I had to bring them out to people, and that was never fun. My first job I ever got, actually, was literally a restaurant right by my house, a fast food place, and that really sucked, but we're not going to get into that story. But the point is, though, I had to bring out so many resumes to so many jobs just to work and get a part-time / full-time job for the summer. And the outcome was really not working. You want to know why? Because getting a job at a really crappy place and getting like minimum wage really sucks. And the worst part is, there's nothing we can do about it. We're just in that first world problems, first of all. And, you know, when you're just young and in that situation, you gotta start from the bottom before you get to the top. You know what I'm saying? So, sending out resumes and just having a resume, you know, was pretty crappy. And, you know, even nowadays, getting a job is pretty hard because a lot of places don't even take resumes, like, physically anymore. They take them online, which I imagine is that even better? Would that be better? Regardless, let's just move on from this point I'm trying to make here. So the next thing that really sucks, okay? I don't know if you guys ever had this situation where you bring in a resume, you wait, you come back, they hear from you, and then they tell you to sign, to fill out a form or something, or there's like a second step before you get to the job interview. Kind of like you bring the resume, and then there's like a test, and then you get the job interview. Have you ever had that before? Well, I've had this happen in many cases. Some have been simple. Fill out this form. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Some have been, here is a university standard test that you have to pass, and then maybe you'll get a job interview. Don't you just hate those? Now, I don't know if those are like, I'm assuming this is like a normal thing. Not 100% sure. I guess I understand why it happens, just to understand someone a little better for the process. But I'm not here talking on the company's behalf that's trying to hire you. I'm talking on your behalf, okay? The people who are trying to get that job. Nobody likes doing that, and it's so it's just, it's insult to injury too when you make it to this step and you still don't get hired. It's just like, well, why the hell what was the point of this, right? Believe me, I've been there, done it. It sucks. Nobody likes it. But anyways, moving on from there, let's get to some of the more the more extreme kind of situations that might happen when you apply to a part-time / full-time job. Now, I also want to state, I'm talking about low jobs, like fast food restaurant kind of jobs. I'm not talking about like a position at a as an assistant accountant or something like that. I'm straight up talking about those really crappy jobs that have crappy pay. Okay, now that that's out of the way. So I don't know if you guys have ever had this happen before, but there was a time, okay, I got a call from a job I applied to which I did the second step before the interview. And then as I got called in for an interview, they requested that I do a P-test. Now, if you don't know what a P-test is, it's obviously to find out if you are doing drugs and stuff. And I remember I got called in for this job interview, firstly being asked to pee in a cup. Great start to a horrible job, I might add. This was during a time I needed a job really bad. I was in university, I was pretty desperate, and I was applying to a construction job to which I had zero experience in construction, and I also had zero wait, what? Can we not say that? Oh, okay. Let's just say I had zero tolerance for. But however, because I was a desperate little boy who needed that job, I did it. I remember they asked me, they were like, we need to do a test, a P-test, and I literally looked at them and was like, but I don't gotta go. Like, do you guys have water or something? Like, do you have any idea how awkward it is to be in that situation where you have to pee in a cup for a P-test and you can't go, like, you don't have to go, and you have to say that to them? Like, awkward, okay? Straight up, awkward. Anyways, by the way, this is a future hint. This is also a future story that I will actually tell you guys soon enough. Again, that's going to be on a later date. But anyways, P-tests. They suck, they're dumb, they're stupid, and I find they're like it's just so ridiculous, especially for a crappy job. I understand why they do it, but at the same time, it's just like, my God, like, putting somebody through all of this just to make minimum wage payment. And again, it just goes right back to how just sad it is for a lot of people, because a lot of people have no choice. And like I said, there was a time where I had no choice. So regardless, P-tests suck for a really bad job, really crappy job. But with that being said, let's move right into the job interview process itself. So I don't really have a lot to really say about the job interview process other than, what the hell is up with the questions they ask you? Like, job interviews nowadays feel like interrogations, am I right? Straight up, like, you go in, you're nervous, you're sweating. You're like, this is the moment. If you screw this up, it will make or break you, straight up. If you mess this up, you will not get this job. This is the final moment, You're at the final boss. You can't mess this up, or it's game over, man. Game over. You got to start over again. So we always feel this, right? We go into the room, we sit down, and there is the boss or someone else. But sometimes, usually it's the boss, the head, and they're there, and they just look at you. They shake your hand, and after you've shaken that hand, you feel the cold grip of death. Straight up. And you sit down, and then the job interview begins, where they question you with the most ridiculous things ever. And see, I understand the point of some of it, but it's just kind of going right back to just, the ridiculousness and, just the hassle, I guess, of the job interview. Again, I understand if anybody watching this video is like, well, it's part of the process, you know, you need to question everybody, you need to figure them out, you know, you ask these questions. I get it, okay, it's fine. I'm not talking on your behalf though, I'm talking on the people who need the job. So, like, this is a pretty common question, okay? The questions that screw with your mind, you know, those questions where you actually never have a direct answer for, like you're never prepared. You go in, you sit down, and they're like, why did you apply to this job? I don't know, maybe because I need the money? Like, you can't say that. Like, you need to actually make something up. 9 times out of 10, okay, let's say 8 times out of 10, you're usually not applying to a job you really know much about or care for, am I right? I mean, there's those few jobs that you actually want to work at, but when you're desperate and you need that job, 8 times, screwing up those numbers, 8 times out of 10, you don't care, you're just applying there, you think you might do well, and then it's just like, why did you apply to this job? Why did I apply to this job? I actually said that once at a job interview, that was bad. I don't think I got that job. But yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? You sit there and you're like, oh, I applied to this job because I love this place. I love construction or fast food. I want to work in fast food because I love fast food. I just want the food, man. You just going in. That was me when I was applying at McDonald's. But then, you know, they ask you another question like, why should we hire you? What assets could you, like, what could you do to benefit our business? Like, they ask you these questions that are just like, you know you gotta lie. I mean, how many jobs do you go to, like a fast food, where you have 0 experience, and you're sitting there and you're just like, I'm gonna be the best chef in the world for you guys. I will do everything. Like, you never know what you're gonna have to say to them. Or like, when you're working at a cashier, I know math. That's why you should hire me. I've had a lot of situations where this has happened, and it's never fun, and you have to make things up. And there is another thing I want to mention, but I don't, because it's a part of that story that I'm going to tell in another video, which will lead back to this whole P-test. So when you hear in a new story, sometimes very soon, I promise, where I talk about the P-test, you know what I'm talking about. We're talking about the same place, same construction place. But with that being said, though, guys, at the very end of the day, nobody likes job interviews. Nobody likes looking for a job. You know you're doing it because you have to, not because you want to. Well, maybe you want to, but more like it's more than likely because you got to, right? Because you got to get that, you got to get those greenbacks. You got to get that extra cash. And, you know, this is really the only way to do it unless you get an education, and even then it's questionable. But stay in school, kids. You know, that's important too. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I didn't get on too much with this rant. I'm more or less talking from my own experience, but if you guys, however, had the same thing happen to you, let me know in the comments below. Do you hate job interviews? Do you love them? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. And have a great day, and also happy job hunting if you're currently looking for a job. Okay, see ya!